Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, no. We have to start the intro first. Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today for what? For Titans Season 4, Episodes 1 and 2, the 2-episode season premiere. And joining me for this recap and review, of course, he's small, he's green, he is Froggy.
Hi.
There we go. Or are you Beast Boy in disguise?
I can't remember anything. I blacked out.
No, you're greened out. But anyway,
I'm Zach approved.
Anyway, yes, we are here to discuss Titans. It is back, and as you know, we've had problems with this series in the past. But you know, season 4, it had something very promising to start with, and that is, of course, the mention of one Mr. Luthor. And I don't know what it is. Somehow, everywhere we go, there's a fantastic Lex Luthor. John Cryer on Supergirl, while he did not like that show, he was wonderful. We loved him to death. And I think he actually died in the show, so that makes sense. And then, here we go. It's Titus Welliver, an actor that we both appreciate greatly. And he is here to be Lex Luthor again. It's very weird to see him with only a beard and no hair on top of his head, though.
Yeah. And with that being, we might as well just go show you the photos we had set up there. I guess no one else knows what's going on but me.
I didn't know there were pictures. You didn't tell me about the pictures.
I always tell you about the pictures. It's whether you decide if you want to show the picture or not.
You were clicking through the pictures. Let's see if I can find them. It's so small.
I'll do it right here.
The frog's got it. Look at him. Look at that sexy. I can't say that on this channel. Look at him. He's great.
I just want to know, Harry Bosch, what happened? What's with the beard?
He got successful.
I wondered how they're going to cover up all those tattoos he has on his arms. The guy has sleeves on his arms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That's why they had him in a suit. But it's weird, though, with the giant beard, though. Lex Luthor doesn't have a beard. At least, not like that.
John Cryer did, but it was a lot closer to his face. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the bushy beard, but his performance is everything.
It is. It's amazing what he has. So, the episode starts off, though, without Lex Luthor. It starts off with them bowling. The Titans, that's right. They are bowling and having fun, and then we get to see a new Beast transformation from Beast Boy. Sorry, my bad. Changeling. Yes, that's right. You bastards.
He's always keeping him partial.
His name's Changeling, and I'm sticking with that. And that being said, he uses his tentacle to throw the bowling ball down. Which you're really not supposed to do because you're But apparently, secret identities don't mean anything because, as we find out later, as they go to Metropolis, because there's word from Bruce basically that Superman wants to meet Connor.
Superboy!
Look at the Daily Planet, and look at Les Corp, and then look at that Superman with underwear on. That is the correct. That's the correct version, the only version.
That's right.
Not this Man of Steel crap. So they end up going to S.T.A.R Labs.
Yep.
It's a home of the future.
And when they come in and they're ready to meet Superman, the first thing that they hear is, "Sorry, Superman had to cancel on you."
For a good reason. He had to go to a distant galaxy to stop a red dwarf sun from exploding and killing what they suspect to be planet or life on a planet next to it. So he's going to try and reverse the effects of it. Yeah, and the person they run into is, Bernard. Sorry, I did not get a photo for that because don't really need one.
Who cares about Bernard?
Yes, and we do see signs that Tim is a little bit curious. But anyway, though, as basically Dick Grayson and this is the funny part. Bernard knows that they're the Titans.
Yeah.
Everyone knows them outside their costume as the Titans. What is with this?
And it's worse than that, I think. I think they also imply that they know about Superman as Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne as Batman. They make it feel like, oh, this is just common knowledge.
You know what this feels like? It feels like Bendis writing this. Yes, right. We asked, why do you say Michael Bendis? Because he's a dumbass decided to basically get rid of the Clark Kent identity and have it out to the world saying, yes, I'm Superman and I'm married to Lois Lane.
Yeah. So here's what's going on here. With this, we have them going through, oh, look, well, here's a new staff for you, Tim. Oh, here's an outfit for you, Changeling.
Yes. They're testing out their powers.
Indeed.
We get some cool stuff. We get this. Well, the first part is basically we get to see the Changeling. He goes to use his powers. Well, but before we mention this, there's someone. Lex Luthor basically is. It's revealed, he basically he had someone doing research on basically the Church of Azareth. The Temple of Azareth, because he's trying to basically become immortal. But he ends up firing the woman. That's lead scientist. She says who's basically spent her last 5 years working on it. Yep. Mainly because he says he doesn't need it anymore. And it's kind of funny because she's like, so imagine this, Lex, with this, the gods will know your name. He's like, bitch, the gods already know my name.
That's right.
So he fires her.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did we see her last season? I feel like we've seen her before.
I don't know, but we'll get to that. But so she's removed the promises. She said there will be consequence. There will have to be a price to pay.
Yeah.
And as he said, there always is a price to pay. People start seeing this creature, and it's basically killing them. Rachel's been having visions of people with blood. It's freaking her out. Getting back to Changeling, they got him a new costume. He's going to go try out the costume. As soon as he tries to transform, we immediately don't see the transformation, but we do see is him waking up in some weird ground. There's basically a tree there, and there's a bunch of ravens sitting in it.
Dun, dun.
Yes. As soon as he comes back to the basically, where everyone else is, basically they said he turned into a gorilla. He turned into what did they say, a pterodactyl or something like that?
A velociraptor.
A velociraptor, and then finally an armadillo.
Really? The most vicious of them all.
But he destroyed a whole lab. So instead of spending the money on this season, it looks like so far it's gone to basically Rachel getting the powers, because they can't really show anything else. Even though they're on HBO Max, why don't they have a bigger budget? Is this show being scrapped? Is it the final season? We do not know. But you know what? But going away from Changeling, we end up seeing that they're testing out Corey's powers. Corey basically Starfire uses their fires, he destroys a rock, and as Rachel is standing behind her, he says, "Oh crap! No, we'll pay for that." He's like, "Don't worry." He's like, basically, what Starfire did is basically destroyed the strongest known element on the planet.
Indeed.
Yes, and they also revealed that she's only using 8% of her power.
Yep.
Yes, so means that so. Well, does this mean we'll get the actual comic book Starfire? Will she fly around with her hair on fire?
Will she be able to face super-powered Shaggy is the real question.
All right, so after all this, we get basically the real thing, because Superman wasn't there. Bernard leads basically Connor and Dick Grayson into this room. Basically, it's basically explained, you should get to see put these glasses on, and we get the first picture of basically him. And even Dick says, "Oh my gosh, you kind of look like Clark Kent," because that's right. Everybody knows everybody's freaking secret identities, and so it's just So like I said,
that's sucky.
Yeah. So as they're leaving after all this, he gets basically a little bit more from this. He gets a little a note from saying Superman tonight. Sorry I couldn't be there. No, but I look forward to meeting you. Which he actually reassures Connor, because Connor basically is he's not upset. Any other spoiled millennial been like, well, what do you mean he's not here? Well, screw him. I don't want to meet him.
My edgy dad.
Which I'm very happy, because this show turns everybody into edgy little bastards, and Connor's the only one that's actually been kind of cool. Anyway, so then he basically, as they're leaving in their van, before they leave, get a little cool upgrade where basically it's like those who watch Knight Rider, they know, or read any of the comic books, their UPS van they drive in, the RV, has a spot so basically they can hide like the new fancy Audi, whatever he's driving,
sports car
earning inside it. So basically, as they're leaving Metropolis, well, they do the classic trope basically where when Lex Luthor wants to talk to Superman, he's the high frequency, wavelength that only Connor can hear, and Crypto heard it too. And basically Connor says, "I have to go back. Lex Luthor wants to meet me." Then this is where the Titans get stupid because we can't trust Lex Luthor, so let's break in. Corey breaks into basically his Lex is just basically eating dinner. Corey's you get a hallway scene behind him to show it, and he's going through guy, beating up. Meanwhile, Tim and Nightwing.
Yeah. They're watching from a building across the way.
Yes.
And this scene, while it is stupid, again, we have Titus Welliver there, and
yes,
his energy is so great. Oh, would you like some? Hey, would you like some wine? I'm just eating dinner now. You can join me.
While he's distracted, from Corey's sleeve comes out a little miniature drone. It connects into the laptop, and then it's revealed that Lex is he says, that's what we find out that even Lex Luthor knows his identity. He says, "Hey, Richard, just want to let you know that I know you're there. You're a dumbass." Pretty much doesn't say that, but pretty much that's how it comes off as.
Just some hyperbole.
He's like, just want to let you know this is me going easy on you. And then it comes out 3 ninjas, basically, and they. Yes, the
3 ninjas. That's the thing. He just sends random ninjas. Again, that's rough.
Tim just wants to help because he's got a bow staff. First, because he's like kind of disappointed he didn't get a costume. But Dick had promised back in S.T.A.R. Labs. He said, "I'll teach you how to use the bullet staff." And I'm like, great.
I'm sure he'll learn how to use his staff.
I just hope that he'll be using Bernard's later. But I hope they give him the red costume.
Yeah,
with the black and the yellow cape.
Just skip the
yeah. Because we've already seen. It's like I just don't want 3 different guys wearing the same costume prop. That's just kind of weird. Like you might catch something.
That's right. But yes, we get to learn from this that apparently Lex Luthor
is
he's dying. He is going to die, perish.
So Connor agrees to go meet him.
Mm-hmm. And
I gotta say, I love seeing Connor with the shirt on. It's cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. And he basically goes ahead and has a conversation with Lex. And Lex is going on and explaining how he's done chasing any hope of escape. Like there's something they mentioned before about a full blood transfusion, but he said, "I already had the genetic material to try that. Didn't work."
Yeah, like Lex has got kryptonite poisoning. So I'm kind of curious because because that blows up the whole theory that that he wanted to basically just use Connor to this organ transplant and all this stuff. But it's like in Connor being the guy he is, he's like I'm this here. I don't care. I just want to know why you created me. And I love how Lex plays just like father like son. Your self-interest comes first. And then in return, Lex asks him, "Well, you answered my own question. The only question I have: will you stay?"
Yeah.
Connor agrees, but then Lex starts coughing out blood, crazy amounts of blood. Meanwhile, Rachel's in the back in the van, starts having visions. But while Lex is killing over, a snake crawls out of his mouth, and then Connor picks it up and pretty much
incinerates it.
Yes, and we get this scene right here. Basically, the guards come in, and they're like, "Hands in the air!" Because bullets are going to stop a guy who basically is Man of Steel.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't been stopped, but he wanted to do the right thing.
Remember that crazy scientist that Lex fired? She's back.
Yeah, and
that's the end of episode 1.
Listen, the whole thing is I was getting pumped up. I was thinking, wow, they are really making, like, because this actor is just that good. This show, which I have struggled with in the past, it's been very rough on me, but here it looks like maybe there's something to look forward to. And then he dies. Oh.
So we started off episode 2, which I believe is called what was it called again?
Mother Mayhem, something like that.
Mother Mayhem, who basically is the better half of Brother Blood.
Yes.
Or worser half, we don't know. Here he's in the cheaper version of the Superman and Lois green kryptonite cell. He's basically the panels above are shining green light. He's got also ones down below, instead of him just being an actual cell with red lights.
Indeed.
Because I don't know why, but apparently the kryptonite they think is gonna keep him at bay, but they don't realize that he'll just die. It's so stupid.
I don't think the writers realized that he could just die. Pardon me.
Maybe I don't know. This is Elseworlds. Maybe they think that red kryptonite is actually what kills him, and green is this kind of like takes away his powers.
Yeah, that's why they just shot green dust in his face last season. But yeah, basically, Corey, Dick, they're back and they're saying, "Hey, we know that you didn't kill him. Obviously, this is all big misunderstanding. We're going to help." And they say that they could just go ahead and get him out of there. But no, Connor's saying, no, the system, Lex was right about how people will see you. So we got to do this the right way. And I
also want to point out the guys wearing the full head to toe gear. It's got to be sweaty in there.
Yes, it's very sweaty in there. I know. I was trapped in that right leg that he's stepping on. Yeah.
Yes. Palpatine, is that you or is that your friend? Because your voice sounds a little funny.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, exactly. That being said, meanwhile, Corey is tracking down the doctor and basically wants to obey information. And do you remember what he said? I mean, I can't remember if it was really important, but Lex was trying to find a cure, and he basically said that Corey, I guess, was like part of it, might be the answer.
He's basically saying that if Lex is what Lex was studying and brought us all into, everyone on the LexCorp board died last night, not just Lex Luthor. What you're talking about is actually her conversation with Connor later, who's getting far more insightful.
I want to point out, though, this is not Billy Bob Thornton.
No, it's not.
No, but my thoughts was like, if Lex really wanted to go into the kryptonite poisoning, solar radiation does it.
Yes. So the entire inner circle of Luthor Corps is also dead, and Blake was the only one left alive. But right after he starts talking to Corey, he starts coughing up blood too and dies. Another snake comes out. Meanwhile, we have Rachel. Ta-da!
Yes. I forgot who she's talking to in this scene, but
your mother.
Yes. So she's a beautiful woman, and then we'll talk into this. While this is all going on, Tim and Basie and Garfield, aka Changeling, we're in the woods, and he started hearing voices. He got to run away. Tim got scared. All he had was his bow staff with him, and he's creeping around. He comes around Gar, and he's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" He's like, "I hear voices, bro." Like he's got the little G-Rex shirt on now. Hint, hint. All right, so then we get basically the little scene right here, where they go basically. Whoops, wrong one. Too far close. Too far.
You have too many pictures.
I'm too far ahead. I know, it's crazy. She goes to basically her vision, and she has a vision of this place, a house, and it's basically like the murder house, or Charmed, whatever, or Step by Step, whatever you want to call it.
It's where she is able to sense that all of this is centering around, because there's something with blood around.
Yes.
We haven't even talked about that, and it's been going on since the first episode. There is this creepy killer that wears this bird-like mask, I suppose you could say.
He looks like the guy facing the Plague Doctors.
A little bit.
You've ever played Assassin's Creed? The Plague Doctor. Yeah.
So,
but it's made out of bone.
And he's able to freeze like areas, and he will go ahead and go after that we've seen thus far, specifically women. Two women.
So basically, she used her detective vision through magic. She's able to go into the alternate world, kind of this, using her magic. She finds a little girl that was left in the house, and basically, wants to help her. And then she's attacked by the doctor dude. Basically, yeah. Starts choking her. She uses her powers. Basically, they yeet him across the room. Later on, basically, you see her more with this. I just gotta say, I love the CGI, or just the technology they use for her stuff.
That we're going with now. Yeah, they're amping her up.
It's a lot better than it was the past 3 seasons. It's kind of better. But meanwhile, for those who remember, the actor who played Claus on the originals, his name's Sebastian. He works at a taxidermist. He wants to create some new app, better than Tetris stuff, and he wants to change the world. Now I'm thinking, is this Quizmaster?
I don't know, and I don't like this guy. Listen, this man is going around, and essentially he is starting to see things. He's starting to see blood, and specifically in this scene when he's denied, he sees all of them covered in this blood horrifically, just like the victims that we're seeing through these past 2 episodes.
So,
however,
I gotta say, this is like basically the Joker ripoff movie. I'm gonna go up at the stage, try to sell this, This guy, he wants to basically sell this thing, and they're like, yeah, we're not interested. And then he starts freaking out visions. They're like, what a freak.
However, I think that perhaps this guy could be tied into a bit more than that. I think that blood... No, I think you're thinking far too mundane. I think
His brother blood?
Yep, he's brother blood.
It could be. That'd be bloody cool. All right, back at some creepy little mansion thing. They track down. They find out the victims, the missing people, and they're all hanging there. Like, what's these pockets here? Oh, for collecting blood.
Yes.
While they're in there, basically Rachel gets attacked, and I got a little clip here I want to show.
All right.
Because we got to wrap this up soon.
Yep, let's go.
As you can see, it is crazy awesome. I love this.
And it's quite loud as well.
I know it's loud, but it's okay.
It sounds just like your mother.
Yeah, my mother's great. There you.
And she
rips off the mask, and then he basically gets lit on fire. Woo!
You can imagine the amount of cheers that came from Froggy as fire took over.
Yes, because I was really scared that was actually really blood. Then I realized if that's brother blood, that's the crappiest. I mean, they just killed off 2 villains.
Yeah, so I don't think so. But
later, okay. What do you want to comment about this? Or want to go on to the next scene?
Next scene, let's go.
Next scene. The Titans are leaving inside. They don't have to done this. They're confronted by the lady from before. She has this basically trident. Rachel tries to use her powers on her. She absorbs Rachel's powers. After this, after she pretty much leaves, they come across Rachel. Rachel is now White Raven. Now, this is what they're going for, because remember there was a purple Raven, then there was a white.
She has lost, because they are attacked. This woman shows up with this staff, absorbs her powers from the looks of it. She loses the little, I can't remember what it's called, the gem on the top of her, on her forehead. And this is how she looks now. She's still alive, but it's definitely weird. She looks a little bit like the girl from iZombie.
I was thinking more it's Sabrina Spellman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Chilling, isn't it? So we get left with this scene right here, the Temple of the Azeroth, or the Church of Raven.
Mommy. Anyway, yes. So with this, it seems that the cult is still going forward without Lex Luthor, and that is truly where my trouble lies. I wanted more. I was robbed. Where is my Titus Luthor? That's what I need to know. Look at him. Tell me that we did not deserve more. And I will call
And I'm just gonna go with this and wrapping it up. Tyrus Oliver playing Lex Luthor. We don't know. He could, at the end of the season, they reveal that he actually never died. Because remember, you can't trust Lex. But then again, you also got to remember this. It could be 50-50 because this show sucks.
It does.
But there was horrible writers, but I gotta say, though, these first 2 episodes, it's been better than the past 3 seasons.
They're all right, I guess. Yeah.
There's much better parts in this episode, or the first 2 episodes, than there has been the other ones. We're done with the whole coriander bullshit, or story arc, which was boring.
Yeah, Commander, she's gone.
Yes. So that being said, if you enjoyed this review, if you enjoy Pixel,
who?
He's coming on next with RDV and the old man Eric Breen.
Oh, those guys. Yes.
There will be reviewing All-Star Comics number 69.
See it. Nice. But yes, first, we want to thank you so much. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel. We want to hear your thoughts. If you're watching this show, you should let us know. Remember, Miranya saying Lex faked his death back in the day and came back as red-haired son Lex. Always a chance.
As Rafiki said, remember.
And that is it. So, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week for the next review of Titans. Goodbye.
Remember, start the Amazon on fire.